Friday. It is Friday. Cheers. All right, today I want to have a little discussion that I have yet to have on here, and it's basically, what does your watch say about you? Now, I've been watching that topic for at least 2 years, and I can honestly say that there are some very interesting takes on how people go about coming up with this, right? So they'll enter that particular watch into some type of generator, and it'll come out. Like if you put in Omega, it'll tell you what Omega wears normally look like or how they act. G-Shock, and of course, you cannot go into this topic without talking about Rolex. Yo, what up, Lee? I see you, man. Hey, I got the brick wall behind me, bro. I got the Matter of fact, hold on, let me show you something. Hold on. So I know you not about to creep up on me today. You see that? All of them guys are detectives, police, man. So yeah. Unfortunately, on my way up here, they were serving a warrant right up the street. And I'm walking across, and it wasn't a quick shootout. The guy resisted, struggled for his gun, and the cop did what he had to do. He lost his life on the way to the hospital, or at the hospital, one of the two. But yeah, that just happened an hour ago. Yeah. No. Fruit. Yep. No sour cream. Thank you. Oh yeah. What's going on, Ripsaw Joe? Hio Silver's in the building. Invicta Showcase. He said, God, no, you a rough character, man. Hey, listen, man. They outside too. They right outside, bro. They right outside. Hold up, man. I'm gonna show you, man. Y'all and YouTube, y'all forgive me, man, because it got this guy that's trying to get me, man. So they out there. They here for my protection, bro. I hired these guys, man, just for you, because I knew. I don't even have. Guess what? I don't even have the monster no more. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and take care of the business end. So today at 4:30 Eastern, I have a premiere coming out. So if you guys are available, it's about 9.5 minutes, and it was just my interpretation. It's just me experiencing the manta and just having fun with it. Not so much a rating video, but it's just like the lifestyle portion of wearing a manta and not getting jacked by Lee. The other thing too, sort of like some bad news. Now, you guys know that for the whole month of August, I was raising money for veterans, right? We're trying to get $1,000, right? And we're splitting the money between two entities. The only problem I have right now is, man, it's come to like a drip. So tonight, I'll be going live tonight, man, and sort of another, like a mad dash to say, hey, y'all, listen, share this out. And I don't expect one person, like one individual, to try to make up for it, because we've had that in the past where one person saw that like we haven't reached the goal and somebody dug so deep into the pocket. I don't want to put that burden on somebody. Now, if it's on your heart to give like that, perfectly fine, bless you. But I'm asking that you guys share this out. I'll be dropping the links tonight with the Cash App, and I told the other way is the links that I'm sending you. If you take a picture of what you donated to that company, then we good to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get our minds prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Now we are extending past this month though, because here's something special that I got on, like in about 2 weeks. We'll have a battle. And if you've never experienced a battle, this would be perfect, because I'm going to be live with this battle between two collectors, right? And the promotions will come Sunday. You know what I'm saying? You'll see old school versus new school. We got two phenomenal collectors that are going to be going head to head. And it's not only just them going, because in a battle, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. But I don't consider the people that's participating to lose at all. You know what I'm saying? Because one, it's for the coaching, right? And horology, right, the study of, or like the practice of, or involving yourself in that, if you consider yourself a horologist, this has never been done, right? So just to explain it, just imagine a hip hop rap battle, right? two guys on the mic just going at it, but then you throw watches in, right? And you're just showcasing your watches, and the crowd is going to determine who has the better of the two. But by participating, everybody, like, we're pushing the culture forward. We're pushing it forward, man. And I love this part of it. That's the part, that's my baby. I absolutely love that part of it, because you got to have people from all walks of life, man, engage in this, and it's so much fun, you know what I'm saying? And what's going to happen is we're going to ask people that's watching at home. There'll be some people there. We're asking for a $10 donation for that night, and all of that money will be 100% of the proceeds is going to veterans. 100%. So that is the price of admission. And again, if you want to watch it, it's not a pay-per-view. I'm calling it a pay-per-view, but you don't have to donate. You can just show up to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I'll fight on pay-per-view for Hammy. Would you fight for this one? All right, so let's get into the topic, y'all. Let's get into the topic, man, because this is one. Because I want to. All right, let me get into this. Try promoting this battle like a pay-per-view. LOL, you doggone right, man. Hey, listen, y'all, everybody that's watching across the world, I don't care who you are. I'm a veteran, right? And I know how hard it is for some of these guys to get some of the services that they need. And if I can provide a little bit, I mean, like, if I can scratch it, bro, I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, right now we're stuck. We're like at the $400 mark, and it's the 23rd. And I'm like, I'm not freaking out, because I'm, you know, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? I got more than what, you know, like, we got something. You know, even when we get to that second week of September, whatever we have at that point, that's what we got, and I'm going to give it to the veterans. You guys will have the opportunity to, like, those that donate, you'll have the opportunity of getting something in return. The ultimate goal out of that is the Richard Harvey watch, though. I'll showcase that tonight. Now, let's get back to this topic. As I say hello to everybody in the chat. Luciano, Jay Jones in the building, Lee in the building. Oscar, don't encourage him. They can be bought, Trap. Oh, man, bro, I dig you, man. My nemesis, bro. Ripsaw Joe is in the building. Hey, everybody that's in here right now, I appreciate you guys being here. Make sure that, like, just tap the screen, show the algorithm to know, you know what I'm saying, when I go live. And one or two of you guys can just share this out in your spare time. One or two of you guys. Mildred Matthews, would you agree Colorado games this year? I don't know. I hope he do something, though. I'm pretty sure. But I'm hitting and scratching too. Do you mean whammy? No, he means Hamilton. Should go old school, like race cars. The winner gets the person's car. The winner gets the watch, his or her choosing of the opponents. You know what? We talked about that before. We definitely discussed that before, and that would be like, here's the deal. I have no problem with it, but like the opponents have to agree to that. You know what I'm saying? If they agree to that, that would be awesome, right? But let's jump back into the topic, because I want to know what you guys think about this. So let me give you my 2 cents on this whole what your watch says about you. I'm going to start off with the watch that I walked up here with. So this restaurant is about a mile from my house. So I absolutely love wearing this watch to walk in. And I periodically do that because it has a smell of vanilla in it, right? But what does, by you looking at this, right? And I'm asking you, when you see me wearing this, a Zodiac, if you know anything about this watch, what does that say? Like, what does that determine? You know what I'm saying? So I will tell you this. I had several comments that alluded to, like, hey, they started watching my channel based on Invicta, right? And then when they started seeing other watches, they was like, wait a minute. Hold up, I can't get a read on you. What type of collector are you? And this is a legitimate question. People were asking me this in the comments. And I can't even tell you what episodes those were. They were like, they're embedded. They're all over the place, man. Maybe I have to take some time to go dig those out, because those questions has hit my YouTube comment section over the years. And people are like, I can't get a read on, like, your barometer is all over the place, bro. Like, you a weird collector. So this right here, Zodiac, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I got this watch. When I first got this, I got this with the sole intention of, like, this is the beginning of dive watches. I absolutely dig dive watches. Those are my favorite watches of all time, dive watches, hands down, right? So this was in the beginning, in the 50s. This was one of the, like, this was actually a remake of what they did back in the day, right? Back in the 50s. So I said, you know what? Historically speaking, yeah, let me get that, right? What's the chances of me actually getting that watch back from the 50s? And I don't want to deal with trying to get that watch because it's going to cost a pretty penny, I'm pretty sure. I haven't researched it, but I'm pretty sure trying to find the original Zodiac is going to hit me over the head. So I got this one at a really nice price, and I got a chance to experience it. And this is like, and I was just sharing this with the Lone Ranger the other day. The only fault of this watch that I have is the lume. The lume is very weak, but here's the deal. Even though it's weak, it gives me the vibes of when I first joined the Army, and I got, like, we did a night mission, and we went lights out on your Humvee, your military vehicle. When you hit the blackout lights, it gives you the same vibe. So at night, boom, this watch would be perfect for night ops. Perfect for night ops. So now, even though it's not loomed like any other watch that I have, it's A1. So this watch is a keeper. So, but what does that say about me? I like, you know what I'm saying, the heritage of Zodiac. I love what that means. I love dive watches. I love, like, black, right? The whole black thing, and I like the smell of vanilla. Gosh, that smells good. That smells good, bro. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Remember, I could get... Man, I know Jay Jones got me protected. Thank you, bro. Problem is, what type of battle is opinionated? Like, figure skating, not the same as being first across the finish line. This called, I'm a watch collector, not a brand collector. Okay. And Ripsaw, you know what? I can tell you this. Looking at the way you collect, and I'm just going to tell you this off top, bro. Looking at the way you collect, man, what your watch collection tells me about you is, and not just your watch collection, your knife collection. You're a collector. You love stuff. You love watches. You know what I'm saying? And there's a particular brand that just you gravitate to. You like the large size. You like articulation. There's a lot of stuff, man. You're a fun-loving guy. That's what I get from your watch collection. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then I get to, you know, I'm like, okay, so if I hadn't heard you speak or been around you, or because I haven't been around you yet, but just listen to you talk, it just connects the dots. But when I just looked at your collection, I was like, okay, all right, so he liked Ripsaws, and I was like, okay, that, I see it goes with his name. I was like, he liked Invicta, but then I started seeing these other watches that you have. I'm like, oh no, this dude just like watches. He like fun watches, but he's serious about it. He like character watches. Oh man, this dude collect knives. I said, okay, this dude is legit, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's somebody I gravitate to. I'm like, hey, you fun loving. What I do know is from the videos, oh, here come the food. Here comes the food. Ooh. And let me give y'all a presentation of what they be doing for your boy. Y'all see that fruit? Hold up. All right, had to pray for the food and y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm called a watch collect. Okay, I read that. I'd rather fight bare knuckles. God, dog, boy, you a violent man. Trap. You are not a weird collector. You're just a collector of all watches. There you go, Lee. Joe, I agree. So, I'm distracted. But Lee, man, look, it is so hard to get through a live when Lee's in the chat. So what I want to say is, there are a number of videos on here, on YouTube, that will, when they say what your watch says about you, Rolex, the number one watch that comes up, number one. There was one that I thought was fun, and then there's a female type that talked about watches, and I love her perspective on it, because how can you, there's no barometer. I can't tell what type of collector you are, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, what your watch says about you. Because what if you saw Lee come out with a Vacheron, right? If he had if somebody blessed him with a Vacheron, what does that say about Lee? Well, based on his conversations in here, I imagine that somebody got a lump over their head in the park and Lee's enjoying their watch. That's what it's gonna say. But overall, that's showing me that Lee has a fixation on luxury watches, finishing, the heritage. That's what he liked, right? Does that make him a snob? Does that make him a what was they saying? They were saying all type of stuff like Omega. They said people that wear Omega, pretentious, they wear boat shoes, they listen to some type of snobby music or something. It was something crazy, and they have a fixation with James. No, they think James Bond is a real person. So, but then I'm like, well, that rules me out because I want an Omega, and if I ever own one, I do own a pair of boat shoes, though. Boat shoes are Sperry's, man. I got some Sperry's, bro. Those things are comfortable. I don't care what y'all talking about. Yes, sir. This is my first meal of the day. Get out of here, bub. I fasted from the last time I ate. It was yesterday at 6 o'clock. And I fasted until just now. So it's time to eat. Because your boy is starving. Trap, what's that? Ooh, you had some watermelon? I gotta go get some more today. Tell Lee I got your back too. Alright, so here's another watch that I want to showcase. And I've shown this watch before. But when you see this watch, right? What does that say about me? Because I own a ball watch. If somebody saw this watch, knowing that ball ranges in a number of watches, man. They have GMTs. In some cases, you can call it a very expensive watch. And I'm going to just get this out the way. I listened to a show yesterday, and they were talking about affordable watches, right? And the affordable watches that they were discussing started around $8,000. I laughed like, what's affordable about that, bro? Like, I mean, can I get one of those? Yeah, eventually, but I just can't go out and just buy one. That ain't gonna happen. That dude knows what time it is, that's why. JJ, I feel like you poke people in the eyes. Man, y'all crazy. Boy, y'all crazy. I don't think maybe one day. With trains? Okay, so Lee said he think that, and yeah, anybody wears a ball, I'm like, okay, cool. And I got it primarily because, one, I wanted to get into the brand. I like the history of the brand, but my grandmother worked for Amtrak for over 30 years until she retired. That was the only job she ever had in life. And I didn't find out until last year that my grandmother has a couple patents with railway, and I didn't know she was an engineer. I didn't know she went to school for engineering. I had no idea. That's one thing about like family. Like family sometimes can just die with secrets, man. I had no idea my grandma. And she passed away when I was like 7 years old. So I got a question. This right here, fair and swift. I wear this with that orange strap. A very colorful, very playful watch. And there's going to be people like, okay, what is that? Falls under the micro brand category. But this guy, Adam, he's out of Chicago. And you see that? That is a topographical map of Chicago. I believe the north side of Chicago. So what's crazy is that just kept, like when I saw the watch and he gave me his spiel on what it was, Chicago's my hometown. Hence the Bulls, right? I mostly wear Chicago stuff. I'm not even a hockey fan. I still wear Blackhawk hats. I don't care. Anything Chicago representing my city, that's it. So when I see that, that's another way of representing my city. And the fact that I know the guy that actually made this watch, designed it, it doesn't fit in the category of any other watch. I'm serious about watch collecting. So this is another thing. And I'm very intrigued with people that create. Man, it's very interesting. Like, man, that's amazing when you meet the people that's behind that. So I don't know what else to tell you on that one. But when you talk about that, when you ask that question, what your watch says about you, man, it's not. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it just automatically go Rolex. Means that, you know what I'm saying, you like, because there's some people that own a ton of Invicta and they got some Rolex. There's some people that watch my channel. The primary bulk of their collection is Invicta, but they own a few Rolexes and wear them from time to time. You know what I'm saying? But what does that say about them? Let's see. Thelonious, what's up, brother? What's your custom watch? He said, sorry, voice texting doesn't work well. What's up, Oscar? Trap, my great uncle came up with a mechanism to prevent drag race cars from Papa Willie's. He never thought about filing for a patent. Now it's using. What? Nah, that's history, man. That's historic, bro. But that's common, though. There's a lot of people that never filed for a patent. That's crazy. Now, I got a couple other watches in here that I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to get to them in just a second, but I have to show my watch. That's what's going to be my watch of the day once I get stationary. And it's this bad boy right here. This right here is called the Kraken. Release the Kraken from Invicta. Thick beast, helium escape valve. This thing has an R150 in it. You see the Kraken on the back of that thing. See Invicta. Now, what does this say about me? The fact that I own this, then I own this, right? Two different caliber styles of watches. And then you compare this to that, right? Side by side comparison. What does that say? What does that say? Like, how am I going to be defined? Now, with this bad boy, abalone shell, it's crazy. The loom is good on here too. That wave pattern on the bezel is amazing. That crystal, look how the distortion on that crystal. This right here is actually rubber, and it kind of plays like skin. So you see, this is like, will be representative as one of the Kraken's tentacles, and that's his flesh underneath there. And for this watch to be the size, it's like 56 millimeters, right? For this watch to be the size it is well balanced and it's comfortable, because you see that rubber piece underneath. That is integrated bracelet. So Invicta covered the realm of, like, and look how big the crown is. Creativity. That's all I can say. This watch right here, one of my favorite big watches ever. And I saw a video where the do's and don'ts of watch collecting, there was a watch professional, if you will, mentioned that, hey, don't go too big on your watches. That does not apply to me. Those rules never apply to me, ever. It don't apply to some of you either. Excuse me for a second, y'all. Allergies. My allergies. This is ragweed season for me. My allergies is really kicking. Woo, mercy. Mercy. Yep. I told you I was pulling that Kraken out. Much love from Texas. What's going on, man? Texas in the building, man. Love Texas. Y'all got some amazing barbecue, boy, I tell you. I think it's called Terry Black's. That's where I went to. Man, that barbecue was on point. The flexes around the wrist, it does. Okay, what's the difference between a watch collector and a watch enthusiast? I pinned that. Hold on, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Mercy. Man, Black Cherry is top tier, but we got a few spots out there. I knew it was coming. Excuse me, y'all. T. White is in the building. Now, what's the difference between a watch collector and an enthusiast? Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Let me think about that for a second. Because I know people that collect watches for the sake of having them, right? They store them. Now, and I'm just speaking on like at least 3 or 4 people that I know that will see a watch, they like the design, they'll, you know, if it has some significance, they'll buy 2. One to wear, one to keep. Or sometimes they'll just buy it just to have it. And they may even flip it later, but like they'll just have it. I feel like a watch enthusiast, man, will, you know, like they'll breathe this thing. Like they'll know, yeah, I'm good. They'll go through every aspect, like going back into the history of the thing, of the company, the dimensions, what type of steel. And like I feel like an enthusiast will go all out. But I think that they go hand in hand. There may be some some similarities and some differences, but I think they're just about the same, in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Yes, sir. Likes trophies, you know. Okay. So it's sort of like what I'm saying. Collectors are often sellers too. Yeah. And that's based off the people I know personally. They don't go as crazy as some people. So I've had people that really love watches. Oh my gosh, and I call them enthusiasts, fanatics, freaks. So those people that go to Comic-Con, plays no games. They go fully dressed up cosplay. They know the character's background. They know everything about it. $2025. I pray we have a great 2025, bro. I do. I pray we have a great 2025. Okay. What do you think about? I saw that, man. I mean, yeah. I think the worst part about it is the people. By the time that people come around to that, the Seagull production, they gonna miss out. And if they go to buy something, I just feel like the prices may be elevated. You know what I'm saying? Second, like gray market. Because it's funny that it's many watches that we come across and we see. There's still a ton of watches that we haven't experienced yet. He said, in my 10 years of buying watches, I don't know where I'll fall. You know what? Get out of here, sucker. Move, sucker. I feel you on that one, man. Sometimes I don't know, man. I feel like a mutt when it comes to watch collecting. Case in point, let me show you guys something. Aragon. I absolutely love this watch. Like, I love the design. I love his design cues. This is all titanium. So I have 2 of these. I have this one. This has an NH35 in it, and the other one has and it's blue, all blue, and the ceramic bezel is all blue, like royal blue, and it has a Miyota 9015. and it doesn't like I just like wearing it. It just has a different vibe. So, and it has dive watch capabilities, right? 200 meters, but that's a diver too. You see the difference in like it's completely like this is a 45 millimeter. It's thicker than most other watches that I have. But see, you know what? To the point of like the more popular YouTubers, it is almost as if when they say something about a watch, it's almost like it's law. Like that's the way it's supposed to be, right? And I'm like, okay, where do I fit in? And I don't fit in that category that they talk about. And I don't agree with everything they talk about. And I'm gonna say something else too in a second. I think Trap is highlighted. It's highlighted. Let's see. Invicta, how do you get your question engraved like that? Oh yeah, I just highlighted it. Here, let me take it down. I just pinned it. I think in theory a watch enthusiast could have one watch, but I don't know if you could consider yourself a collector of one. Okay, wait. Okay, let's do this real quick. Thelonious. So that actually came up in the topic 2 days ago. And that was they were going back and forth with this argument. It's like, well, you can be a watch enthusiast or a watch collector with one watch because they'll wear the watch for a while and they'll wait until they get their primary watch. So they'll sell that watch to get the other one. So you can have one watch in your collection and be considered either a watch collector or a watch enthusiast. Either way. And I'm like, okay, it was just a different perspective. But I would say, okay, to have a collector, like you have to have a collection of watches. Now I thought, you know what I'm saying, like at least 2. You know what I'm saying? But I typed in on Google, what does the average watch collection look like, or how many? And it says 19. If you look on Google, it says the average watch collector has 19 watches. I don't know how they come up with that number, but. All right, JJ. Preach. Anyone on a honeymoon with a watch currently? Lee, yes, me. I have this. I don't have it with me right now. My PRX. Oscar, what was your last watch? Thelonious said, guess I'm not a collector. Thelonious, man, please, I doubt that. My Invicta number 3. Thelonious, I can't, yeah, you're not disqualified. But you know what, I will say, there's some watch collectors on YouTube that will disqualify you based on their theories about stuff. I'm like, again, I don't agree with everything they say. Very interesting talking points, though. I just don't agree with, like, I saw one, and I'm not gonna name any of them, but I saw one that said, like if you bought a Datejust, that means that you're just getting into collecting luxury watches or luxury Rolex because you have low money or whatever the case is, right? That's the way this person was explaining it. And I didn't agree with that because if I bought a Datejust, and I've said this multiple times, it'd be because Martin Luther King had a Datejust, a gold Datejust. I can't remember the reference. I don't know if it was 1601 or 1606. It was one or two. I can't remember. I forgot what the reference number for that Datejust was. But like, if you try to get that particular one, oh yeah, you're gonna pay you're gonna pay way more than what it was back in the day. But I think just having one would be good enough for me. And then, like the Air King, right? I always liked the design of the Air King if I was to get a Rolex. But then finding out that that's an actual dial off of the car that broke the speed barrier, ouch. So if I ever get an Air King, y'all know that's the reason why. Jay Jones said, I'm not a collector. Hush. Hush, Jay Jones. I also don't have a Speedy, so to some, I guess I'm not a collector of that either. I'm glad you said that because I'm calling bull crap on that too. What does that say about this? Does that not make me a watch enthusiast or collector of sorts? Historically speaking, this is very significant. But there's an emphasis on the Speedy because of the price. And from my interpretation, it's all about the price. It's all about the price and who get these things. Now, let me say this, right? What your watch says about you. I want to point out 2 watches that if you look up on Google and explain, people that like these watches have a respect for military heritage. Both the Glycine and the Hamilton. Now, let me point something out. 24-hour dial, and then the bezel can rotate. Now, you know the thing about this, what's most important, and especially this, if you got this one, you see how the numbers are orientated? You got the 24 underneath the 12. That's anybody that don't know how to tell time, military time, Zulu time, right? It's showing you right there what the scale is. 12 is the 24, right? And you go around 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1800. You know what I'm saying? Like 1900. That's explaining to you exactly how to tell time. So this watch is very instructional. Like it'll tell you what it is. So you get the heritage of Hamilton. You get a phenomenal field watch, right? And just to think, anybody that was military or you have a fixation on military, World War II soldiers were issued these types of watches. And this is the same design, but this was a 42 millimeter. They wore the 38 millimeter. And they didn't have this. They had a NATO style or a NATO strap at that time. But this watch is significant to the history of anything, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And this one too. Another watch that was issued to our military. So you can have a fixation, but this actually teaches you how to read time in different time zones. And it'll get you to research it. Case in point, let me tell you the significance of this watch and what this says about me having this watch. In my opinion, meteorite is cool, but the price is kind of crazy and does not have a bracelet. Hot take. I wish the Snoopy Omega was just the blue colors that didn't have the cartoon. Pin that message. I'm gonna get to that in a second. The best lunar pilot. That's the best. I like that watch, man. That watch is amazing. So what does this watch say about me? This right here. 39 millimeter timepiece, right? It has no loom on it whatsoever. And COSC certified, right? So it's just like, it's a nod to basically Swiss engineering, right? And a watch that's been tested, going through more stringent testing than my basic watch, the average watch, right? And what is it? They have this watch for like a 2-week, 14-day period, testing temperature and making sure this watch runs to the accuracy, basic, or was it 6 seconds, 4 and 6, something like that, right? But do you guys know that the original watch, the original one, when it was made, we were going through the crisis here in America, the Great Depression. So this watch is very significant. That's another reason why I have this watch. Historical value, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've said this when I actually reviewed this watch. In my family, the heritage of my family, my descendants, they weren't able to afford these. This watch was over $200. So there were members of my family that they didn't make the money to afford these. So I can wear it. I own it. But based on the professional thought process of, I just say the professional. Because anybody that has over 100,000 subs on YouTube, their word is law in some people's opinions. So, -4+. Thank you, Julius. Vintage to soul, man. Hold on, let me get back to this hot take, the Snoopy. Thelonious, and I do want to say this, when it comes to character watches, and there are some cases that I would love to just have the theme or the colorway, right? So like I think Iron Man's armor is Mark 8 armor, whatever, Mark whatever. I think that would be so dope to have that, and on the back of it have, you know what I'm saying, like his attributes and stuff like that, and maybe the insignia, but not so much to have his face or his armor anywhere on the front of the watch. I think that'd be dope. Now that Snoopy, I think that'd be awesome too, just having the colorway. That's, I mean, yeah, that's just my opinion too as well. Space G 95, Space G in the building, man. Hey, I showed one of your watches, bro. Your brand, bro. Your favorite brand, Aragon. Sent me a text. Okay, I'll read it after this. Yeah, I love the Heritage Collection from Tissot. Really, like, 1930. Oh, yeah. Getting back on the road, I'll be listening. Okay, cool, thanks. I agree. The Iron Man colors are awesome. USC Cup, yep. So, let's see. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. Now, the last watch I'm going to show you guys. The last watch is... What does this say about me? You know what I'm saying? Like, Alpina, C-Strong. This right here, when I debuted this watch, the title was called, what was it? Ocean Trash. This is the Ocean Trash, man. And you know what? When I researched this watch before I purchased, I got it at a great price, right? But the original, when you bought this watch, you were paying into, you know, the research of cleaning up our oceans. So there's like 5 major parts across, like in our major oceans, that they're called gyres, right? And then these gyres is just a huge whirlpool. And it collects so much trash from people throwing stuff off ships, people that just dumping stuff at the beach. It collects, and in some cases, it takes 10 years for that thing to like really collect and go somewhere. Like you can throw anything in there, and it just collects, and it's this big mass. And they're saying that there are some gyres that collect enough trash that it's the exact same size as Texas. You imagine you know how big Texas is, bro? And it's nothing but trash in there. So they collected as much as they possibly could, recycled it, and so this right here is made up of the trash that was in the ocean at one point. The strap is as well too, right? And the bezel is completely different. The bezel is not a recycled material, but the case of the watch is. And I think that, I mean, for me, I was like, you know what? I think that's dope that, you know, a company would do that, and then like they say, hey, proceeds from buying this watch goes into keeping our oceans clean. They can't make enough watches for that, you know what I'm saying? Because people are not gonna buy into that. Like, it's a cool concept, but I'd much rather have something else. So what this says about me is conservation is important to me. Swiss-made engineering, the fact that they still made a Swiss-made watch, and it still got like a crazy, I think it's like, was it 300 feet? Like this thing, even though it's made out of recycled material, this thing is still a dive watch. You can still go diving in it, right? And the lume is pretty decent too. But overall, my watch collection, from what I just showed you, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 watches with me right now. I'm sure I got 11 watches, right? All of them look different, right? And I really didn't cover this one as much, but like this is one of my favorite watches, an actual pilot watch. And I don't know how to read the dial. Not the dial, but you know what I'm saying, actually use the measurements for a pilot. I can find out. I can learn. I know pilots. JR. JR is a pilot. If you guys don't know, JR is the guy that he was an Air Force veteran that I had on last week. I can ask him like, hey bro, how do I read this? You know what I'm saying? So let me get into the chat real quick. That is a beautiful watch. Thank you. Stop skipping our comments. I'm just skipping yours. Now, that's just so lies to me about you. It says the owner is a person who likes to dress in suits and polos day. Hold up, bro. So, hey, somebody get him up out of here, bro. Get Lee up out of here. Yeah, I love the Heritage Collection. Okay, getting back on the road, I read that. They sell, let me see, the lowness. They sell more watches if they theme more in colors. Yeah, in your opinion, yeah, I do believe that because everybody don't want to have characters and stuff on there. Shop HQ Newsflash, the Nubeo Star Trek watches sold more than double the forecast. What? And I got one. Listen, what does that say about me? That means that I like that type of stuff. Now, Alpina comes off like that's your favorite color. I absolutely love blue. Blue is my favorite color all day. Thank you for picking that out. So that one was $1,050. Yep, it was $1,000. They just came out with a new. Now I don't know if they're gonna come out with another. Hold on. I don't know if they'll come out with a small seconds. That's at the 6, but they just came out with the blue and silver. And that one too, man. So you don't have this on there, but you have the whole dial, which I would actually get that. I would actually get that one too. Man, Tissot is killing the game. Tissot just came out with another, like a Space Invaders watch or something like that, or Transor Z or something like that. I know it's like, I got the email yesterday, and I don't know who it was a collab with, but I know it was about a space robot or something. And it's on the PRX, which I think is very interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's a playful look and to Tissot. And Tissot is killing the game right now because they came in 10th place on what was it, that luxury report on who made the most money last year. What's the size? That small second. It's 39 millimeters, I think, like a little bit over 30, just under 40. 39.5 millimeters. It's a very comfortable watch too, man. That thing just go, man. It's just go. That's all I can say. That watch is on point. And it gets to a point where it's kind of hard to say what my favorite watch is, right? But and then too, if somebody was like trying to rate me, like, hey, I can't tell what your watches say about you, what some of the larger channels or some of the people that can say these negative comments, because asking that question does breed the negative portion. It really don't matter what people say about watches. I just like watches. I think historically, it's dope. Some of the companies, like once you learn about like what this company's gone through to get the watches out still, the fact that they survived the quartz crisis, because there are a number of watches that never, like companies that died during quartz and they never came back. Zodiac was reintroduced through, who bought them? Was it Howard? I think Tag Howard bought Zodiac, and from what I read, they literally redid the Zodiac watch to make it look like a Tag Heuer, and they declined in sales. And it wasn't until the Fossil Group got it and brought it back to where it's former glory. And now Fossil Group is killing the game. They're making a lot of money. Oh my gosh, killing the game. I heard that Longines was going to release the Legendary 39 in fewer colors next week. Yes, I heard about that a month ago, that they were coming out with different colorways, which, yeah. I missed it. Yesterday, crap, I forgot. I believe Jake had his Longines rep coming, and I forgot to go up there. I forgot. Man, you just reminded me. Our price. Oh, your price? I hit you up, bro. We can talk off. Yeah, cause you do. Yeah, you already know. If you mess with me, man, my man Jake gonna take care of you. Bro. That's all and I'm telling you, yeah, that's all I can tell you. That's all I can say. The guy from Christopher Wars really, I mean, hold up. I said Christopher Ward. CW. Now, I'm going to say this, because with 50 minutes, I'm going to actually get up out of here a little early, before the hour. I'm going to say this, and I doubt this probably fall on deaf ears, like at the higher end. I can appreciate learning about watches. I can appreciate, the interest in certain watches, man. This conversation I had, and I had to learn it the hard way. When you mention or talk about certain watches from certain spots, depending on who it is, you're trying to obtain a certain watch, you could be on the outs. Because when you have big names talking about the watches that you like, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and then the price jump up because that person talked about it because of sales. I can appreciate Mr. Wonderful learning about, watches under $1,000. Because that man, I mean, he got so much money, and I don't know how much he's worth, but I know that, he's up there, right? And I can appreciate, the recent video, but then I'm looking at it from the standpoint of like, okay, what's going to happen is, there were a number of watches that he talked about in that video that I could see the prices going up because he said something about it. And they're going to sell out. You know what I'm saying? Because I like Certina. But I'm pretty sure after, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to see the video for yourself. There is sort of a double-edged sword with me with that video. Mr. Wonderful, I'm like, hey, I'd much rather you go ahead and stick to those $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 watches. That's your realm. But when you come down to the small, to like our area of watches, and you start talking about watches under $1,000, man, I feel like you secretly are making the prices go up. Like, you're helping that company. I'm like, no, man, get out of here, bro. Go on somewhere. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. You are a wealthy guy, and you like your watches on your red straps. Stay out of our area, man. Get out of here. I said it. I know there's going to be people that don't agree with me, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I'm just expressing like, hey, bro. And it was people like, hey, I love the fact that he came down and he got his head out the clouds and now he's looking at all. No. Micro brands, that's a double-edged sword. It's good for the person that, like with the Trafford watches. I think that was amazing for Trafford watches, man, because he's a micro brand and you know that boosted his sales. So yes. But then it's like, bro, you about to make the prices jump up, bro. Get out of here, man, because people value what you say, man, because you are a millionaire, billionaire. I don't know how much you're worth, man, but like, get out of here, bro. July is my birthday month. Wellness with Frugal Mama, what's going on? What's up, sis? How you doing? Thank you for being in here. Anytime, anybody that's a content creator step in here, man, I appreciate that. I know, man, he does, man. He blew it out the spot because Teddy is such a popular guy, man. And again, I commend him on his success and stuff like that, man. But that's just, that's just the thing. It's not gonna change nothing because of what I said. Now, who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm like, man, he blew up Certina, man. And Certina is one of those brands where I absolutely love Certina, the way it looked. I've yet to have a chance to put my hands on one that is a future purchase that I have to put a Certina timepiece in my collection. Don't need it. I don't need any other watches, but it's coming. It's definitely going to be one of those that hit my, and not just, hopefully, once all the hype stuff, people get past the hype, and then, we go back, because I'm pretty sure that Formex is going to go up in price too. But I already knew Formex, they got that new GMT, like I talked to the curator, the founder of it, and he showed me the watch. It's a phenomenal watch, and that thing was priced up there, right? So, but it is what it is. Exactly, Trap. That's true. That does raise the prices of watches within our reach. Yeah. Our watch brands like Oris and Longines even tag a status symbol in the U.S. In the U.K., for the most part, people don't care what watch you have on. Really? So I will tell you, Matt G, Oris most definitely is a status symbol. Longines is I can't even call that old money, but it's such a darling brand. it's a favorite brand because historically speaking, it just has that vibe, man, of vintage and what it means to have or to own a Swiss-made watch. Now, in comparison to other watches, because of the price point, you know, people will gravitate towards Tudor as being more prestigious than Longines, even though Longines has a longer history than Tudor. But I've seen that. But yeah, they do have a status symbol here, bro. There is a certain status symbol, and that was like the whole purpose of this. Like, what does that say? Because there's certain watches. Like, what would that say if if you seen me wear nothing but Rolex watches, right? You know, somebody saw me, they'd be like, wait, hold up, you kind of throwing me off because this dude got a Kokomo T-shirt on him, he got a ball cap. You know, this guy is walking, he got the Jordans or his Nikes on. He got on a Rolex, he got a Datejust, and he got a Submariner. What does that say? You never know. You never know. I could just like the watches. In America, 99% of the people don't care what you're wearing, to be honest. Julius, in certain circles. Now, Julius, I'm gonna tell you this. If you go into an AD here, right? Certain ADs are more luxury ADs. People do look at your wrist. And I've seen the look like, what is that on? Why do you have that on? You know what I'm saying? And I shared this with an AD I went in. It was the people that worked there, man. It was one guy that made me feel super uncomfortable because I had on an Invicta Pro Diver. And he was like, can I help you? He said it like that. I'm like, I'm here to look at some watches, bro. He was like, okay, where do you want to start? You want to go to Hamilton? And now, this is a company, they did have Hamilton. There's a couple of other low-end watches, but that's where he started at. He read me like, he'd have been better off like, hey, what are you interested in? Don't throw a name out. Don't throw a name out because Hamilton, like when I look through and I say, oh, they sell Rolex in here, they sell Panerai here, and I'm like, how you know I don't want to look at a Panerai, bro? Why you send me straight to Hamilton? So I do agree with you on that one, man. I mean, because I don't care. Like, I think the amount of people, like the watch enthusiasts is such a niche group of people. It's such a niche group of people. And it may look a lot for us because I've been to several watch events and there's people in there that's going crazy. But like, when you go out, man, I've seen people wear Fossil watches, Lacoste, Timex, and these people just going about their day. Every once in a while, you may get somebody like, oh, that's an Invicta. Oh, I know that's a Hamilton. Not for the most part. So, yeah, I agree with you there, too. But there are some people that Rolex represent like half of the entire Swiss market. Yeah. I've got a few expensive watches. You like rocking a Garmin. I have health issues. Okay. And again, you know what I'm saying? What was that watch say about you? Exactly what you just said. You got some expensive. I mean, you just like watching. You like watches. I said watching. You like watches, man. But only when it comes to Rolex AP. Hell yeah. I ran into 2 AP collectors. Man. Someone must care. There's people that care, but you know, I think it just comes down to like what circles you roll in. UK has some of the highest watch thefts. Oh, I saw that, man. Bro, you can have the UK because they out there chopping people with machetes. Man, heck no, bro. You can have that. I saw that on the news, bro. I'm not messing with that. And I love to go. I've been to the UK one time, and I absolutely love it because it's different than being in America. But bro, I'm going over there, bro. Ain't about to jack me. I'll wear Timex, bro. I'm not messing with y'all over there, man. Nope. They looked at my wrist and IWC for sure. I had a Citizen on, but they put no. And you know what you told me? Hold on, no, that was who was it? Space G told me he had went in. I think it was Panerai or he went somewhere, and they took care of him, man. AP has never appealed to me. AP only appealed to me through rap videos and GQ on the rocks. That's the only time it really. But I got a chance to hold the AP in hand. I put it on my wrist, and I said, okay, like, there's no argument with me, man. With the, like, hey, you gotta look at the finishing. You gotta look at the heritage, the culture of it, and all the blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I would take a loan if I had the money, because the watch I was looking at was offshore. It was $24,000 used, and I'm like, man. The first thing I thought of, I said, if I had $24,000 to spend on a watch, right? And you put that AP in front of me, I'm like, hold up, man, 24 grand? The Legend Diver comes to mind from Longines. Hands down. I'm not messing with nothing, bro. I'm not messing with nothing else. Right? Like, with $24,000, man, to spend on watches, I'm like, okay, so there's Formex, there's Fortis, there is Certina. Bro, like, you know how many watches I can get with $24,000? Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I'm like a kid in a toy store. Forget that. Cause I know how I was as a kid in the toy store. I went nuts, boy. My mother was like, hey, I never forget. My mother gave me $50 for hitting the honor roll. She said, you can go in here in Zayre's and get whatever you want, toy wise. And G.I. Joe's back in the day was, what was that, $5? For a G.I. Joe back in the day, she gave me $50. So you give me $24,000 to go buy watches? Oh my word! Oh my! I'm about to tear a hole in something. I mean, and see the thing about me, what watch collecting says about me. I'm gonna just rephrase it. Is I absolutely love designs. I love the dial. I love the overall. And the history of the watch is cool, but with $24,000, I can definitely get the watches I want. Aragon to be in there, man, bro. We're playing Deep Blue, because Deep Blue got some nice dive watches. You know what I mean? Because I can take $1,000 of that 24 grand and buy a number of, man, dude, I would tear Aragon apart, bro. There's some Aragon pieces that I miss that I wish I could have had. Please, I'll tear a hole in it. A natural hole. I said I was gonna be done here. It's crazy in the UK. Hold on, let me read that. I do like John Mayer's AP though. It's all about the Royal Oak. AP looks the same in my opinion, yeah. AP never appealed to me. Oh yeah, I read that. It's crazy in the UK. I don't want to get involved. I won't wear an expensive watch anymore. I even gave my dad a Casio when he went to London on holiday. Man, bro, many blessings your way, bro, because I would hate for you to, man. I saw a video of a young lady. I can't remember what watch she had on, man, but they beat her up and took her watch. Instead of just like, okay, you were gonna jack her anyway, just like put the knife out or whatever and like take the watch off. I'm pretty sure she would have complied. It was like 3 or 4 of them, but they beat that girl up and they chopped her with the knife. I'm like, bro, come on, man. That's only because I'm a huge fan of moon phase watches. You like moon phase? Okay, rather spend 24 on gold JLC ultra thin moon phase. Ooh. 7.8 moon phase on the roll. Whew. Trap. You have an extra 2K. You can only spend on a watch. What watch are you getting? $2,000? Right now, I would. I'm going Formex. If I had $2 grand right now, I'm going Formex. All day. Right now. Yep. Essence. Yep. 39 millimeter. Yep. It's OAC certified. It's about 17, and I still got change left over. Yep. No question. And I know they sold out of the meteorite dial, but if I could, the meteorite dial was actually 2K. It was $1,900, but if I could have got it through what's his name, Long Island, you get like 5% off or something like that, so it'll knock it back down. So yeah, but yeah, all day Formex. That's the one watch. Yeah. But you can definitely buy 5 or 6 watches with 24. And you know what, Julius? It depends on what, it depends on what you like, though. It depends on what you like. I mean, because if you gave somebody $24,000, and there's a number of people that's been in this chat today, $24,000, oh, they gonna come out with more than 5 or 6 watches. Oh, trust me. Oh, Jay Jones, I know he's not in here, man. That dude would go crazy between Seiko, Aragon, and Invicta. Man, bro, he had to buy a whole new house or room or something. He would have to send those watches. This dude would probably about 10,000 watches. That man would go nuts, bro. That man will go nuts. There are a number of watches, when I think about it, with $24,000, because my mindset will go, if that was the case, and I was given the opportunity to get watches that I know normally I wouldn't be able to get, I would, probably the most expensive watches that I would go after, my Panerai, off top. That's $24,000. That's the first one I'm going for. And the one that I won is $6,000. That's it. So 6 of that $24,000 will be allocated towards that. After that, there will be a number. I'll probably walk away, maybe like what you said, about 6 watches based on what I want. Certina will be another one. That's just at $1,000. Not unless the price is going up because of Mr. Wonderful. If it did, thank you, Mr. Wonderful. Gosh. But yeah, I like Zenith watches. Ooh, Zenith, man. Zenith chronographs, bro, is nuts. Imagine spending $24,000 on a couple of them. 24 gets me 2-tone white dial Daytona. I would have to, if I did buy Daytona, but see, that's the thing though, man. I would actually get, I like the Daytona, but there's so many other chronographs that I'm like, I'm going Heritage over, well, again, that has Heritage too, man, but I'm going Hamilton for my chronograph, that Daytona look. And yes, it's thicker than the Daytona, but it got Hamilton on the dial, and y'all know I got a love affair with Hamilton, so yeah, and that one that's a $2,000 chronograph. A brilliant blessing. Morning, how you doing? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Any content creators in the chat, man, thank you for being here, because you could be off doing anything else. That Scottish watch's essence is fire. Yes. I saw Formex on Teddy's channel. The brand is pretty interesting. Yeah, I actually got a chance to try it on. I like them. That suspension system, and it's based off of the suspension system of a vehicle, of a high-performance race car. I don't know anything about Formex. Oh, bro, man, just type in man, Lee. If you get a chance to go to a watch event, and they there, you have to go look at the watches. They have some, man, colorways are nice, man. But just putting that watch on, and then in the class itself, man, they have on the fly. You don't even have to take the watch off. So if you got it on and it's fitted to your wrist, and you have that swelling, you can actually adjust it on the without taking it off your wrist. Great design, man. That right there is what I call a God of watch. If you were to type in like, hey, I'm just getting into watch collecting, or I just need one watch, I would recommend a Formex. Yep, I would definitely recommend that with the Venturine dial. Venturine dials are just next level. I'm wearing it to Soul PRX blue dial. Whew. That PRX, man. that PRX is something special, man. I'm telling you. Don't talk about Formex. You know what you did. Bro, I ain't do nothing. Hey, don't listen to Long Ranger, man. He tripping. What did he do, Long? Don't Lee. No, leave it alone, Lee. Collector, invest. I have 901 watches. God dog, boy, jeez. That is amazing. So, let me ask you this. What is, I mean, like, I don't know what your watch collection consists of, but like, what is your direction on what is like one of your favorite pieces or favorite style? Let me ask you this, your favorite style of watch out of that 901 watches. That's crazy. That is crazy. But see, y'all, again, before you answer that question, I told you, you never know, man. It really don't matter, man. Some people got 10 watches, 1 watch, 1,000. That's another person. I've never met him before. But Dude, to have 901 watches, man, you absolutely love watches. That's crazy. I tried on several Panerais the other day. They are neat. AF, yes, they are. 901 watches are cheap, but I use them for historical cost. Oh, okay. When Daytona first. Yeah, they did. I remember that. No, they didn't like. So the crazy thing about Daytona, like that wasn't a popular design when it first came out. And if history serves me well, this is from an article I read. The Daytona saw its most significant what's the sell point during COVID, because like Daytona's prices shot up through the roof, man. People were just buying them. They was like, hey, I gotta collect it. For $2,000 Full Max is hard to beat, but the more important question is, are you looking for a diver, gotta, dress, chrono, field? Ooh. Thelonious, man, you can't be throwing all that stuff in there, man. You make it so much harder, because now you trying to make me second guess myself now. I don't like it. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you another watch too. Like I think, like in my opinion, the Doxa falls in the same category as the as far as a dive watch. I like Doxa too, and you can get a Doxa for $1,200, and I know $1,200 and up. But like, and it falls in the same category as the Certina for me. Just the overall look of it. I absolutely like the overall look. Whew, that's tough, you know. That's tough. I don't want to think about it, bro. Because now you got me thinking, man. Like, because I don't know. I love field watches too. Field watches, but I don't know if I'll spend $2,000 on. I know I wouldn't spend $2,000 on a field watch. That's a lie. Because Fortis is more than $2,000, and if I had the money for Fortis, I'll get it. So I lied again. And then the Fortis chronograph. Thanks a lot for doing this. I appreciate you. I don't care about anything but Certina. Certina is legit. The screws and format that's used to put in. Oh, I saw the person I barely noticed. The suspension screws. I'm telling you, question. How much space does 900 watches take up? Whew, that's a lot too. So you should know. You know what your weaknesses were. First is luxury. Okay. A large bedroom. It's Maryland. Okay, you're. I was trying to figure if there was a watch. So So let me tell y'all a story about this guy real quick. What was his name? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name that quick. Oh, what was his name? He was from Florida. Invicta collector. Somebody in Invicta, that's in the Invicta chat. Pete from Florida. Pete from Florida was a guy that would call in the shop HQ and state that he had over 1,000 watches, right? And I can't remember the exact number. I think he said he had somewhere when he first called in around $1,500, $1,700 watches, right? So we were like, man, get out of here. What's going on, man? Welcome in. I said, get out of here, bro. You know, because he couldn't name the watches, whatever, and he kind of struggled with the you know, tell him what his favorite watches was. But then he would periodically call and say, well, he'll call back and say, hey, I got 2,300 watches and whatever. And we're like, so this went on for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, right? Pete would always call in, and everybody in the chat was just doubting the fact. They're like, how in the world? So they asked him, how do you house over 2,000 watches? And he stated that he had an addition added to his house, 1,400 square foot room added to his house down in Florida. So we're like, you're not on any social media outlet. We don't see the pictures of the watches. That you're a liar. Like, seeing is believing. Well, January of 2023, a guy named Pete passes away, and they had an estate sale. And I did some research, and come to find out, Pete was of course he's a real person, But Pete had over 5,000 watches in his collection. The 2,300 some watches were Invicta. The rest of them were Omegas and Rolex. This dude, I don't know what he did, but he passed away, and his watches were actually sold in the estate sale. He had over 5,300 watches in his collection. I said, that's crazy. So one, I'm like, okay, I will never doubt anybody. If you say you got the watches, I stop doubting. I was wrong for that. You know, I can't apologize to Pete for calling him a liar, but, you know, if Pete's family is watching, I send my condolences, but I do apologize for doubting him, man. So, but yes, this man had a whole room designed for his watch collection. Older Timex has more style and finesse, in my opinion. Yes, it does. Yes, sir. I was out there last year, and I thought, let's see, like 2 hours. Oh no, you. Where am I from? Originally from Chicago, but I'm in Indiana right now. Julius, being too merciful to your enemies. Well, Lee, boy, man, Lee is the ops, y'all. Lee is definitely ops. What's up, Tan? Oh, everybody speaking to Tan. I'm coming up here, space. I'm literally in the woods and farm country making a delivery right now. And to think, I thought I had a lot of watches, my 100 plus. Trying to get there, hopefully, money tight at the moment. Man, it's funny how we abbreviate everything now. I dress in 1950s fashion with the 50s Timex. Ooh. That'd be dope to see your collection. Out in Jersey, like Jerry, an entire warehouse of watches. Yeah, mosquitoes are violent out there. I do know that. I came across them. Maryland mosquitoes is trash, man. Trapvision watch if you want to review. It's going to be the PRX, the PRX chronograph. PRX chronograph will be the next watch that I post tonight at 4:30 Eastern. I had to say farewell to the Montenoble, but you'll just see 9 minutes of my experience with the watch. I had fun. I'm actually going to go, I'll talk. Oh, and then I got invited out there. I get to go to Justin. I'm going to let him know, and I'll let you guys know ahead of time. I'm going out to St. Louis to get the tour of Monte. Oh, I cannot wait for that one. And hopefully we can get out to Teddy. If we can't get out to Teddy, his store this year, it'll definitely be next year, probably around February-ish. So around there, I'll probably stay the weekend out there. More than likely, I'm gonna stay the whole weekend. So I get a chance, because I love going out to Cincinnati. He's not in Cincinnati. Where the heck is he at? I think he's in Cincinnati. Wherever he is in Ohio, I'm going. Because I think he's like 3.5 to 4 hours away from me. Somewhere around there. I'm gonna stay the weekend. They got some good food out there too. Amazing food. Y'all know I like to eat too. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And those are the two places that I definitely wanna hit. There's another spot up in Chicago, which I can do that. We'll see, maybe next week. But we'll see. Said he's in Cleveland. Yes, that's Cleveland, Ohio. I had Cincinnati on the brain. Thank you. Because I just left Cincinnati, and I went out there to Cincinnati Watch Company, which I would love to go out there and tour again, and just look at some of the new stuff, because they did all their pre-orders for their new dive watch, and I would love to go. I'm reach out to Jordan and see if we can schedule something to go back out there, and you guys can get an update to what he's done, what they have accomplished. Man, Cincinnati Watch Company is an amazing company, in my opinion. I'm waiting for them to release a smaller case size on that chrono. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna reach out. Let me reach out to Jake and see if we can talk to the rep to see if they would do something smaller. Because I think Tissot is coming out with some killer brands, man. Just like killer brands, some killer watches. So I don't know. That may be the case. I'll tell you what though. Before we even get to that part, like that PRX is a very thick beast. It's a thick monster. But it's just something about that watch, man. It's like a professionalism to that. It's like it is, man. Even though it has that elegant design to it, man, the thing's a monster, man. In my humble opinion. One time I dressed up as J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan. That's funny. Very significant character too. J.P. Morgan is. In his connection to the Titanic and stuff, man. I did a little research on J.P. Morgan. Very interesting fellow. I found the grocery receipt from 2019. Definitely hurt my feelings. I went through, you know what, Philonis? I went back through when I first started doing YouTube and was looking at the gas prices. And I was like, this is pissing. Gas prices when I first started this in 2018 was $2.19. Yeah, $2.19. But some of you guys may be older than me in the chat, but I know I'm older than some of y'all. And I can remember when gas was 90 cents back in the day. We're talking 1995. Gas was like 86 cents, between 86 to 96 cents, somewhere between there. Yeah. And my dad has a picture of when I was a baby. They went to Amico, and gas was 53 cents in Hammond, Indiana. Imagine that. This is back in the 70s. Again, I'm older than some of y'all. Some of y'all got me, but not by that much. Long Ranger, you definitely got me, so you probably remember when gas was a nickel or something. He gonna cuss me out later, y'all. Oh man, 90 cents. I'm not that old. I'm just I told you he gonna cuss me out. Tissot actually listen to their customers when we whine about liking a watch, but needing a smaller case, they do it. I love that. I think, in my opinion, I believe Citizen is doing the same thing. Citizen is cornering that market of what micro brand watches are doing, because micro brand companies are because they're enthusiasts. That's what's crazy. You know what's interesting? One thing I love about micro brand companies is they're just like me and you, right? We've been asking certain watch companies, could you make this? Can you do it? Can you do it like this? And there's a number of us want the watch to look a certain way, and the company's like, please, I'm not gonna do it. And they go out and they do it themselves, right? And this is what births companies like Fair and Swift or Adam and Flederman Group. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I think Citizen is really cornering that part of the market. Plus the price point. That's the most important thing, because shoot, wages right now haven't touched like really in our area. People were moving here because the cost of living was so low. But like there is nothing governing the housing market, man. Like my mortgage just went up by $183. I was like, good Lord. They're trying to kill me out here. Only blessing I have is like I don't have to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like blessing for military. That's the only thing. And of course I had to take a mortar shell for that to happen for me. But you know, I take it, I guess. I blame Nixon for the state of the inflation problem. Well, you can't. What's that saying, man? You can't put that worm back in the can. Yeah, we just here for the ride, man. Prayerfully, we could get to somewhere like a state of normalcy, which, yeah. I dang near want to become Amish, man. I'm gonna just live off the land. I don't even want the internet no more. I'm gonna just go somewhere, give me a horse, some goats, chickens. I'm just cut myself off from everything. I don't want nothing else. I'm sick of it. I remember Wawa gas was 85 cents. We never had a Wawa's, but I saw that. That's like a southern thing, isn't it? I thought that was the funniest name for a gas station, Wawa. J.P. Morgan went bankrupt getting a watch made by J. Player and Son. Really? Sorry to be late. Heck of a busy work day for a Friday. Hey, bro. You right on time. And it's funny, Robert, this was the first episode I said that I wasn't. Y'all normally say, hey, I'm going to do 30 minutes and I'm out. I didn't put a time frame on it today because I know once I got going, it was over, right? We talked, so just to catch you up, bro, I asked the question, what your watch says about you. I just want to cover that topic because I've seen a number of channels that talked about, how watches define the person, the individual. And I'm saying that you really can't judge that. You can't judge a person by the watch they wear because I think you can come across somebody that wears a Casio and they could be a millionaire, right? They don't put value in having an expensive timepiece, where some people will buy a Rolex and just to show people, hey, I've made it. I have this watch that I paid $14,000 for, acknowledge me, right? Sort of like Roman Reigns, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you're the tribal chief of people. So there's no way to really define what, like you can't define a person by the watch. Like really just be around that person and listen to them for a second because they could be a complete a-hole or a train wreck. And it's like, okay, let me go that way because I don't. But I just thought it would be a fun topic to throw out there because based on the watches that you have, sir, I couldn't tell what type of collector you are. I don't know. In a way, I think that you have a certain style. But listening to you when you're doing your podcast and stuff like that, you're a pretty interesting guy, man. And you are the life of the party. That's a snobby thing to do, judge someone off what's on their wrist. It is, bro, but like it happens. There was a guy that I met at Moyer Jewelers last year, bro. This guy pulls up in a Range Rover, right? He jumps out with the Batman on his right wrist, and then he had an AP on his left. I actually got a video of this. It was one of my videos from Moyer Jewelers. And this guy, he had on some Gucci slippers, $4,500, just in apparel on his body, right? That's not even mention the AP that he had on his wrist, which was 40 grand or something like that. The Batman, which was hard to find at the time. And he was just like enjoying life. He was loving being there. And he said, hey man, what is that on your wrist? And I told him it was a glycine. He was like, glycine? So explain it, glycine to me. He grabbed my wrist, he's looking, he said, oh man, this is nice, man. I like this watch, man. So if you looked at him and seen his wrist, one, he's wearing two watches. So he's going to be chopped down by certain people, certain circles like, oh, grow up, man. You got on two watches, but I'm like, bro, you see his truck out there? He got Range Rover. He has expensive clothes on, but he was just a fun-loving guy. He was just enjoying life. I don't know what he does for a living, but I enjoyed having a conversation with this guy. My latest arrival would make me a pretentious a-hole, but I'm not at all. And it becomes Cumberland Farms. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm not that old, but I do remember when you can buy a solid mid-sized German car for 50 to 60,000. Nixon got the standards put us in fiat currency. Yeah, like an E-Class 5 Series or 6 for 50 to 60 grand. Wow. Okay. Wawa's a Northeast thing. It's bigger than 7-Eleven over here. Yeah, I know. I like Wawa's, man. Wawa's got some great, those Slurpees. Yeah. They got all the different flavors. I love that. And the Royal Northeast thing. Okay. Or is it racetrack? Racetrack gas station is the southern thing. It's all over the tri-state area. PA, Jersey, Delaware. Okay. And you know what, come to think of it, because I went out for an Invicta event 2 years ago out, and we stopped in Wawa's, and I was in Pennsylvania. Watching both wrists is crazy work, but I respect it. I live in Northwest New Jersey, 30 years. That's just started popping non-rural areas. It reminds me of an episode of the Three Stooges. Hey man, Lee is hilarious, man. The closer you get to NYC, the less they are. Material things mean nothing to me. As long as you're comfortable, that's all I need. Yeah, as long as you can get somebody, bust them over the head, man. You come up back up against the wall, because I got a window by here, man. You probably trying to snipe me or something, bro. I gotta be careful. So if I kill over, y'all know Lee got me, bro. He gonna swoop in and just take all my stuff. He gonna take all my stuff, bro. Ariel Williams. Peace. What's happening? I just in the land. I'm getting older, so my just might be different than yours. Yeah? It's crazy work, boy.
Okay. I'm old-fashioned. We don't have a
Scroll up.
camera over it. Don't take a picture. Just kind of hover it and a little yellow message will pop up when you push it. Oh,
Did I miss something? Shooting at me, 90%. Hold on, I'm just going back and see what I missed. I have 2 women Invicta watches. Okay, that's dopeness. I meant the 2 watches remind me of an episode of the Three Stooges. Shep was wearing 3 watches. Oh yeah. I remember that. I was in love with the Three Stooges, and I thought that was so hilarious show. I don't want to hurt you, bro. Just something for free. Nah, man, I don't believe that, man. No, don't try to appeal to. Don't try to sound human now, bro. You the ops, bro. Nope. You trying to trick me, man. You trying to get me to get my guard down, bro, and then bop, bust me over the head. I know better now. I kind of hate the 2-watch trend. Hey, man, I tell you what, Mark from Islander, man, that dude, bro, he always rocking 2 watches. No, all the time. Every event I've been to, he's always had 2 watches on. It works for some folks, you know what I'm saying? Or I'll see people have on their smartwatch with their regular watch. They'll have their smartwatch on their right, mostly dominant hand, and then, of course, whatever their favorite timepiece is on their left. So now I have, you know the problem I got right now? With all of the watches that I brought, and for those that just walked in here, let me go through some watches real quick. So I wore my Zodiac up here. I walked up here. It's a mile from my house. Got the Zodiac. It's Super Seawolf. I have my Crosswinds Hamilton with me. I have my Ball Fireman Night Train. 61 tritium tubes in it. I have my Aragon dive watch. It's a Dive Master. NS35 Robin Egg Blue. I have my Invicta Kraken. Release the Kraken. That sucker is legit. I have my Alpina Sea Strong. This is the Gyra edition. Gyra just means like whirlpool. I have my Ferris Wheel Wayfinder, Chicago exclusive. I have my Hamilton khaki field, B blasted dial and bracelet, 42 millimeter. I have my Glycine Chief Airman, prestigious watch. Absolutely enjoy that one. I also have my Tissot Heritage 1938 with the small seconds anthracite dial. Ooh-wee. COSC certified, baby. That's a beautiful. The infamous Blue Panda dial, Boulevard. This is a moon watch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is the Lunar Pilot. And that is all. Yep, that's it. That's what I have. And whatever that says about me, you determine, you can say what you want. I know how I feel as a watch collector or enthusiast, if you will. And I just have a thing about watches, man. I'm a follower of Kevin O'Leary. He used to hate the 2-watch trend, but now look at him. I'm at the gym and I'm about to get ready for my Zumba class. Okay, have fun, get in shape. That's what I'm talking about. That's a vibe. In the last video, he's kind of condescending to Teddy. He kind of gets on my nerves. Hey man, listen. Teddy dug into him and said, hey, your head is in the clouds, which, you know, again, with somebody with that kind of money and whatever the case is, I wouldn't imagine that, you know, I don't know the man. I don't know how down to earth he is. It doesn't appear that to be that way to me, what I see on screen, but it is what it is. I may never ever meet Mr. Wonderful. I just would like Mr. Wonderful to leave the low-end market watches, leave it alone, because people respect him, people look up to him, they envy him, they hate him, whatever the case is, but he's still rich. And because of that, you know, like you're gonna direct millions of people towards these watches and they start buying them, like, hey man, people, every time Kevin Leary says something about these watches, let's jack up the price. So then look, we're looking like, come on y'all, get out of here, bro, because you know it's not gonna be a part of your everyday collection, bro. You're doing this and you're helping out the market, helping them out to rate. No, get out of here, bro. Kevin started from humble beginnings. I don't know his background. I'm trying to get in shape. Round is the shape, right? Hey man, you A-okay in my book, sir. The beard, bro. It's the beard, the voice, your whole vibe, bro, just goes. So, I mean, it really don't, I mean, if you want to lose weight, that's, hey, I commend you. If you want to stay where you are, I commend you. I think you're a legit guy, bro. Yeah, I mean, man, you impress me, man. Just your generosity, and just your love for this hobby that we just fall into. So, yeah, bro, yeah, you're a very impressive person. I use my Apple Watch for cardio. Man, there's I'm waiting for that, that piece of technology that comes out, man. I'll cover it again. I gotta reach back out to him too. Yeah, I gotta reach back out because we have some technology that's coming out that you can actually put on the back of your watch and sync it to your phone and do the same thing Apple. I believe it has a format for the Apple format, the way your phone is set up. So, all right, bro, I think we're going to stop right there. I think it was pretty good. Hour 37 minutes. You know, I didn't put a time frame on today's live, but I did definitely get a lot of participation in the comments in there. If you guys are free around 4:30 tonight, Eastern Standard Time, that is, we are going to have a, what do you call that, premiere on my experience with the Monta Noble. And then later on this evening, we're going to touch bases with raising money for our veterans, all right? And that'll be around 7:30-ish, somewhere around there, 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So, doing volunteer. Hold up, let me read this real quick. Oh, okay. I didn't know that about him. So, thank you, Invicta Showcase. Appreciate you. So, you guys, I'll see you guys later on this evening, man. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Get out of here, bro. And I appreciate everything you guys do. Keep collecting, man. And I hope you guys have a safe and productive day and an even amazing weekend, man. So, I'll see you guys Sunday again. Until the next lightning strike, man, y'all be blessed. Appreciate y'all.